So one of the most frequent used apps we use as a farmer is probably the weather apps. And yesterday, all kinds of notifications popped up. There was wind, it was rain, it was hail, it was everything. So the quest for today is basically to go around and secure the area. That's perfect timing because we just planted these apple trees. I posted that on a different video, and so far it looks pretty good. I mentioned that the wind usually comes from northeast over there, but the weather forecast says it will come from that direction, so meaning southeast. So that's unfortunate, but I will just go around and have a look at what we have to secure. Usually it's just wood, garbage bins, bottles or whatnot. So we'll just have a quick tour around the farm and see if we can find something that we need to secure. Also, it's also perfect time to test out the microphone, how it feels in the weather, because doing recordings here, it means I have to do a lot of recording when it's heavy rain or heavy wind or not the ideal weather as you would like to have on a YouTube video. So this is my dad's yard. Everything looks fine here, so we're just gonna have a pop around. Last time we had a heavy storm, we got parts of the neighbor's farm's roof, which is down there. So the very next day was a big hole in his roof, and all of the plates were across this hedge and over on the other side of the barn, laying in my lawn. That farm down there, it's about 260 acres, and that's actually a part of our farm that used to be in 1902. My great-grandfather decided to split the farm and gave it to one of the sisters, and the design of the barn is actually the same design, original design on this farm, which was same design as the barn, and the barn is built in 1929. The new version, there was a previous version or previous farm that was built in the late 1800s. So it's the same design both on the houses and the barn. So going down, now we're basically heading straight north, and we've been pruning down these trees basically just to get access for the trolleys who's collecting grass, turf grass. So we have a few implements here, but that looks fine. These pallets are pretty heavy. Those are plastic pallets. They probably weigh around, I would say, 30 kilos, around roughly 60 pounds. So that's fine. Everything here is fine. That's the manure pit or slurry pit. We don't use that anymore as we don't have cows, but that's hoses go down to the first tank down there. So you need to have a tractor-driven pump to pump up the slurry, and that will pop down in the first pit down there. This is the floor from the cow pens. I don't know what we call those in English. It's basically what they walk on, and you have a gap between them so manure can be pushed down into the slurry or manure room. Those are taken out, and some farmers have requested to buy some of them. There's when they're doing maintenance, and there are some that needs to be replaced. They can come here and buy a few. So we can do a little bit update on the harvest. We harvest this first field. This is the first one we attacked, and we finished this one, I believe, weeks ago. and now we're started down there, so which was seed planted last, I guess it was late September, so that was ready to harvest now. So we do have a few fields to harvest. Problem now is with all the rain coming in, it's difficult to harvest, so we have some wet spots down there. But further down towards the river, there are still dry spots, meaning the soil is dry enough that we can actually move out the harvester to collect or cut the grass. So yeah, this is north. So basically most of the wind that we get is from that side, and you can see the trees are normally bent towards south with all the wind coming from the northwest. I guess most of you who lives by the coast knows where the wind comes from and the direction of the trees. So I guess a lot of you are used to that. So this is the main house where my dad lives. This is probably the best field we have. It's a little bit sandy, not too sandy as the ones that are down there, but it's perfect for vegetable root crops. We used to have potatoes here back in the days. I believe we also had some carrots here. There's no stones in this field, and you don't have problems with the soil getting too soaking wet. It's always somewhat dry, but you can get occasionally puddles of mud at the borderline with the grass you see down there. That's not turf grass. There's a line going here that we use for hay or silage hay, that is. And yeah, so this makes perfect lawn, turf grass. So this is probably going to be harvested actually next year, because we're moving into winter and we have those fields down there to harvest first, and that big one there. So we'll attack those first, and then we'll move up here maybe early next year. Hopefully we can get out in maybe end of January, beginning of February, to harvest this field. So this area is actually where we let the cows out and take them in for milking. So we had a ramp going up here and into that door, you can see there. And the problem we had during summertime, if it was really rainy, this pad got a little bit slippy, so we had to put sand down on it to make it easy for the cows to walk up and down. It's quite steep. You probably can't see that on the video, but it's actually quite steep. So we're moving around. Have two silo pits here, silage pits. Cover those in a different video. So we have some metal piles of metal here. This is part of the calf pen, which probably is going to be, I don't think we're going to sell that. We're probably going to just put it on the dumpster. So one thing I need to do with respect to securing is actually to take these trash cans, trash bins, and move them in here in the garage. So we have one for general disposal, one for compost, and one for paper, this one, and that one is glass and metal. I guess that's common. And see, in other countries have the same setup as well, with paper and compost and general disposal. We used to have one for plastic as well, but they did some changes on the waste management center So now we're just putting in the same as the general disposal. So yeah, I guess it's normally it's pretty clean around here, so it's basically just a waste bin we have to take away, and the wind will come from here. So I will just see that the wind, they said the storm will probably hit around 3, 4 or 5 p.m. Right now it's 11 a.m. so I will go out in the eye of the storm just to see what's shaking. So we'll see you guys then. So the so-called storm have just passed, which was pretty underwhelming to say the least. So I guess the weather app didn't really provide what we call accurate information, but I guess that's a good thing. So I will probably be in the search for a better weather app. So if you have any suggestions as to which one you think is reliable or accurate, put that in the comments below. I was also talking on Reddit actually regarding these branches here, and I might tie them down just to prevent them from going up vertical. These might, I don't think these will go vertical, but if you look on this tree here, they are a little bit too vertical, so I might have to tie them down, but I'm not sure if I should do that now during the winter time or if I should leave that to spring. I think I'll leave it for spring, because if I tie them down and we get a lot of wind, there's a higher chance of them actually breaking. And the same thing applies here. There are too many, at least this branch. Probably tie them down to keep them like this. So that was one of the tips I got from on Reddit. So I will do that in the spring. But as far as the winter coming, everything is ready now, and hopefully we'll get storms like the one we had today. So I was actually hoping that I could go out and there would be, you know, a crazy wind, so I could record that, and just to see whether this actually worked in heavy wind and heavy rain. We did get a lot of rain actually, so so that was accurate from the weather app, but other than that it was pretty underwhelming. So I guess that's all for now, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye.